Yo, what's up, Bulldogs? All right, today we're going to be talking about not letting yourself off the hook, basically not making excuses for yourself, even when you have good excuses, good reasons. I'm going to read you an email from a subscriber who wants to know what to do, how to basically get out of the problem he put himself into by letting himself off the hook. And I'm going to tell you why you can't do that. It's too late. You gotta earn your way out. If you guys are just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man. I teach you how to build financial independence, how to get the physique you want, how to get the girls you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. If that sounds like something you are even remotely interested in, I suggest you click that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash it now. Click the bell so you get notifications. And if you haven't already, let me tell you, this is really important. Take the Bulldog quiz. It's up here in the cards. There's also a link in the description below, and I will give you your Bulldog score, let you know if you're a Bulldog or not. So, all right, so let's jump to the question here. I have it on my Trello board. He says, "Hi, John, my name is Kia. I'm a big fan of yours and a long-term subscriber. I am sending you an email as a video suggestion or just for some advice. At 21, I started taking my physical fitness really seriously, fall and winter of 2019. I was either lifting or playing competitive soccer every day with one rest day per week. I was 6'2", 180 pounds, around 50% body fat. Okay, I was very happy with my progress, even though I never calculated my macros and was excited to reach around 10 to 12% body fat by doing it. Unfortunately, I live in LA and gyms are closed. In March, I flew back with my family in a total lockdown. I gained around 5 pounds and my body fat percentage rose to 21%. As I did almost no exercise at all. I still don't have access to a gym, soccer field, or weights, so I lost a lot of muscle and gained a lot of fat without gaining a little weight." All right, so I'm gonna stop here before we go on, and I'm gonna call bullshit on all this. Now, I'm not gonna call bullshit on, he's not lying here. This is exactly what happened, all right? Sometimes when I'm calling bullshit, it's because you guys are fucking liars, all right? You stop lying, okay? That's just my side rant here, stop lying. All right, if you're having trouble with women, you're not the most attractive guy in the world, okay, first of all. And second of all, the thing that you're saying that you didn't do, okay? It didn't happen, all right? I know how to cut through the bullshit. So I'm just telling you guys, this is just a warning. If you're going to email me, you're going to message me, don't front. Do not front. I know your shit. I know how women behave. I know how people behave. And I know when you're lying, all right? So here's the deal. Okay, he's not lying here, but his excuses are bullshit. So the gym is closed. So he was playing soccer every day, and he was going out and working out at the gym. Okay, now this is only fall and winter of 2019. So again, not trying to pick on Kia here because I'm sure he's a great guy. He's young. He's 21, right? So he went and he worked out for what for like a few months. Okay, and he had good results. That's great. And then the gyms are closed. He can't play soccer. So I guess he can't lift. Wrong. Okay? There's a lot of things you can do. I understand that LA was on a severe lockdown. I'm here in San Diego. But here's the thing, okay? You got to find a way to make shit happen, all right? I remember being I traveled the world, okay? And every place that I went to, I figured out some way to lift weights or to run, pretty much, you know? I worked out in Berlin, in Sweden, in Rome, in every single country I visited, pretty much, okay? And there was a lot of them, right? Finland, right? I went for runs. So my point is this, is like, stop making damn excuses. Stop letting yourself off the hook, okay? A lot of you're waiting for bad shit to happen so you can say, oh, well, I can't do this or I'm going to let myself off the hook, all right? You're waiting for someone to bring donuts into work so you can say, well, you know, it's Joe's birthday. I got to eat a donut. That would be rude if I didn't eat a donut. You're waiting for that to happen, and you're happy when that happens when you can fuck up, okay? Because now you have an excuse because you wanted to quit already, okay? But now you just got yourself an excuse, so you're waiting for excuses. Stop wishing for bad shit that will let you off the hook. Instead, if you're committed, if you're like, no matter what happens, I'm doing this, right? So for example, I'll give you a good example, right? I'm training for a 100-mile race right now. I'm running, all right? I am not going to miss a run. So I dread getting sick, okay? You know why I dread getting sick? Because if I get sick, I'm still going to have to fucking run, okay? I'm not going to let myself, unless I can't get out of bed, so it's going to be a miserable run. I've done some runs with some pretty damn high fevers before that sucked, okay? Some 18-mile runs and shit like that. So I don't wish that it's going to be that I'm going to get sick. Okay. I don't wish that it's going to be rainy because then I'm going to have to run in the fucking rain, right? I don't want anything bad to happen. Okay. Because I'm going to do it anyway. So if you're thinking that there's things that are going to let you off the hook, you're thinking wrong. Instead, you got to push yourself and say, no matter what, I'm going to do what I need to do. So, for example, gyms are closed. Well, what can you do? Well, you can do some body weight exercises. You can do push-ups and pull-ups. You can get bands, all right? Some exercise bands that you can use. You can do pretty much anything with those exercise bands. You can get a pull-up bar and put it in your house, okay? You can go outside and you can find some equipment. You can just take some jugs of water and use those as weights. You can take a bag and fill it with sand. You can buy sandbags. You can get a backpack and fill it with books. You can take chairs and you can go on the underside of a table and you can do rows that way. There's so many ways that if you want to work out your muscles, you could do it, but you don't want to. Instead, you want an excuse to be fucking lazy. I know it, okay? Again, it's not like I've never been there. I understand the psychology very well because I play the same fucking game with my head. And I have to tell myself, fuck you, John. Don't even go down this road. You're not going to play this fucking game today. What you're going to do is you're going to do the shit you need to do. And if it becomes harder because it rains or so whatever kind of shit happens, then that sucks for you because you're going to fucking do it anyway, right? So you got to, grab yourself by the neck, slap yourself in the face a couple of fucking times and tell yourself to stop being a bitch, all right? Because a lot of you guys are bitches and you need to grow the fuck up and you need to man the fuck up and you need to stop letting yourself off the hook. I never let myself off the hook, okay? If I need to do some shit, it's going to happen. There's no runs that I miss in my running block, okay? If my coach gives me a run, it's going to get fucking done. It's going to get done well. All right. I'm never going to be like, oh, well, I couldn't complete the run because I was fucking tired. No, none of that bullshit. Okay. I'll just suffer. All right. Next, as far as again, with the soccer thing, like I said, you can go out and run. Okay, you can do cardio. You can get a friggin' exercise bike and do cardio in your fucking basement in your house or whatever it is, right? You could buy a cheap exercise bike, a used one. You don't need a Pendleton one or Peloton, whatever that shit is. All right, you can do it. You could get a jump rope. All right, Don't give me the bullshit excuses, okay? And again, I'm not just talking about fitness, guys. I'm talking about everything that you do in your life. So many of you guys are making up damn excuses and you're letting yourself off the hook. You cannot do that. If you want to be successful, and let me tell you, all right, the most successful people in life are not the people who are able to do things right when things are going well, okay? That's everybody. Everyone can do that shit, okay? The people who are most successful are the ones when things are bad, when they're going through a rough patch, when they're depressed, okay, that they do the shit anyway, okay, and they don't destroy what they've built when they're going through, because you're going to go through ups and downs. You're going to be on a high and you're going to go down into a dip, okay? That's how life is, all right? Now, if you guys don't have a community of guys that are going through this with you, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to click the card here or the link down below and join the Bulldog Mindset membership for just $7 for the first month. Why am I saying this? Because you need a support group, okay? I talked about the dip. We just had a live Q&A on the Bulldog Mindset membership where this guy was like, hey, I'm just feeling depressed right now. How do you keep your motivation and stuff like that? And what I told him on the live stream, okay, was look, man, here's the deal. I feel the same way. Okay, we all go through it. Life has cycles and rhythms, and you're going to be up, and you're going to be down. Okay, and so you need to understand that. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because if you weren't there on the live stream, you might think you're alone in this, right? But all these guys were like, yeah, that's me too, and that's the benefit of having a community of strong men that you can share things with, that you can go through this stuff. Plus, there's a bunch of lessons in there that I talk about everything from fitness. Like if you really want detailed fitness stuff on my diet, how to get ripped, how to get jacked, like everything that I do. Everything I do to build businesses, all the kind of dating and relationship stuff that I can't really talk about on YouTube, it's there. So definitely check it out. Plus all my book recommendations and summaries. There's a ton of value there for, $7 for the first month, like I said, so you can get in for the trial. And then $29 a month. Believe me, it'll be the best money you spend every month. I don't say that lightly. All right. So let's jump into the last part of this email here. And I'll give some final parting advice on this, okay? He says here, I will be flying back to LA next week and regain control of my diet. Good, okay. In your opinion, what is the fastest way I can get back to a body fat percentage below 15% and stay in shape before the gyms open. I have considered long-term fasting between 3 and 7 days, intermittent fasting and OMAD, which method will make me lose the most fat while losing the least muscle. Anyways, I appreciate your content. Any response would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so I don't mean to be a dick, all right? But I am one. But I don't mean to be one. Okay? What I'm saying here is that I'm using his email to make a different point than what he wanted. All right. I recognize this. He's trying to do the right thing. He's looking for some good advice, but I'm using it as an example of why you don't do this shit. Okay. And the second part of it, what I want to use this as an example of, again, I know what I'm doing. I'm misconstruing the email, but I'm doing it on purpose. All right. Is I want to give you an example of stop trying to quick fix shit. This is why a lot of you guys are not successful. It takes longer to build things than to tear them down. I've done plenty of videos talking about this topic. All right. But I need you to understand this. See, what he's trying to do here is, he was able to fuck things up real quickly. It didn't take very long to fuck things up, okay? But what he's trying to do is fix it real quickly, which you can't do, okay? If you build a building, it takes a long time to build a building, but if you knock it down, it can happen really quickly, and then guess what? You can't build it back real quickly, okay? So your body is your building. It's your temple, okay? If you fuck up the temple, it's going to take a while to get that shit back together. All right. So don't try this. Don't think that you're going to put quick fixes onto things like that. Instead, realize that you're going to have to do things the smart way. Now, if I were to just give some blanket advice here on the fitness side, I would say just do something like OMAD. Don't go try and fast for 3 to 7 days trying to lose weight. It's just not a good plan. Okay. It's not a good psychological plan. It's telling you the wrong thing. Now, you may have some effectiveness in doing that, but probably you won't if you don't have the discipline to keep working out when things are closed. Okay, so I already addressed the question of what to do when things are closed. Obviously, there's a lot of things you can do fitness-wise, so we're not going to rehash that. But again, I want you guys to understand that, and the reason why I made this video and pointed this out is because I want you to understand that the reason why you need to not let yourself off the hook and not make excuses for yourself is because when you fuck up, you take 5 steps backward. It's really hard to climb the mountain, okay? We're all climbing the mountain in life, all right? I want you to understand this. It's hard to climb the mountain, but it's easy to roll down the mountain. And so if you stop climbing, and you're like, well, you know what? this thing is happening. There's been some shutdowns, so I can't go to the gym. So I'm just gonna, eat fried chicken and sit on the couch and watch Netflix. And once this blows over and the gyms open up, it's not my fault. There's nothing I can do about it. So what are you gonna do, right? You're gonna roll down the fucking hill really fast, all right? And then when you freak out and you're like, oh, let me fix this. There's no quick fix because you're still going to have to climb up the hill. It's still just as hard to climb up the hill, even though you roll down fast. You might think because you roll down fast that it's easy to get back up, but it's not true. Okay, so you guys need to understand this. Again, if I could give you one key secret to success in life, it would be this. When you fuck up, get back on the horse as quickly as possible, right? That's the key thing. Is you're going to mess up in life, and there's no question about that. But what really determines your success in life is the mean time between mess ups, okay, and getting back to on the straight and narrow. All right, so the smaller that is, the smaller amount of time that you're in fuck up land, okay, the better off you'll be. I'll give you one quick example, and then we'll wrap this video, which is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. If you know the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I am Dr. Jekyll, okay, right now. Mr. Hyde will come out. So I have to chain Mr. Hyde down. I have to chain Dr. Jekyll. I have to make rules for myself, put constraints in place, not let myself off the hook, not allow myself to have excuses, because I know that if Mr. Hyde is not put under this control, if he's able to do whatever he wants, he will fuck up my life. So I have to prepare. I know that the future me is going to try and sabotage myself. So I put all kinds of safeguards in place, knowing that I will turn into Mr. Hyde. Okay, when I'm depressed, when I'm having a bad day, when I'm really fucking hungry, when I didn't get enough sleep, I'm going to turn into Mr. Hyde. So I have to protect myself while I'm Dr. Jekyll. I've got my wits about me from my Mr. Hyde side. That's what you guys need to do. So a big part of that is not making excuses and not letting yourself off the hook, because when you do that, you basically are letting Mr. Hyde out and you're letting him run rampant on your life, and he's gonna fuck your shit up.